Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
Hello. It's time for more BumbleKasty goodness. Maybe. If you consider this goodness, then, I mean, that's on you, but hey, we're here regardless, so.
I would imagine there's a large number of people who think it's goodness, considering all our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Yeah, they don't count, they're biased.
Well, they're the good kind of bias. I like that kind of bias.
Okay, fine.
That kind of bias can buy us. Oh. Waka waka.
All right, fine. We got this question from Andrew D then to start us off. Since pre-boot Archie Sonic had a vast multiverse consisting of a no zone and an anti-zone, it stands to maybe reason, just maybe, that Mega Man's multiverse might have had something similar. If there wasn't, let's pretend for this question that there was. What are some cool things that could have potentially existed in these worlds, as well as any other neat stories with Mega Man Prime interacting with him? Would our Shadow have been sent to No Zone Jail by Zegaman? Zoc? What would have been the catalyst for Anti-Mega Man forcing everyone in his world to change their names? And would Mega Man try to break the newly renamed Nega Man and Dr. Blight's hold over Nega City? And most importantly, did the Royal Robot siblings, Rock, Roll, and Blues defeat Dr. Wily and find their father in the Mega Man Underground Zone? After all, they made a vow their father would be found.
But you kind of answered your question there, didn't you?
Yeah, this is fan ideas. Calm down, dude. we gotta have some room to answer.
I got nothing to riff on. You did it all.
You did all the work. I think we've talked about this before anyway at some point.
It's been years. We probably have. If we were to do some kind of multiverse with Mega Man, I wouldn't want to retread the territory Sonic's been through.
Yeah.
The first thing that springs to mind is treat Battle Network as its own universe. What if Light got into programming instead of robotics, and see what world that came about. Is Star Force a continuation of Battle Network? I believe remember.
So. Yeah.
Okay. So have that line, and I don't know. Maybe, gosh, if Capcom gave us the latitude, just a straight up, Archie original Mega Man universe, that might be kind of fun. Or, you know what, pay homage to the Ruby Spears cartoon and the Captain N universe and the Dreamwave comic and the Mega Mix books. Make them all valid and equally important in the grand Mega Multiverse. That might be kind of fun.
That would be fun. Again, Bad Box Art Mega Man. He has his own thing.
He's got his own continuity now, thanks to that. But was it a Street Fighter? What was No, it was the Capcom Namco crossover, wasn't it?
Well, he was in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but
is that it? Okay, I can't remember.
I thought he was in something else too. The Project X Zone, was he in that? I don't remember. Project Cross Zone or whatever it's supposed to be called.
Yeah. So weird that goof spinoff got so much traction, as much as he did.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Arc Beetle. What is the status of Lost Hedgehog Tales? Is there stuff behind the scenes that needs to be solved before you can even think of writing it? Do you have to stop being an official Sonic creator to start writing it? Or is it just simply that you need free time because you don't get paid for making it? If it is just the last one, could someone theoretically commission you to finish it?
Don't tempt me, Frodo!
They will.
No.
They will tempt you.
No, seriously, when it happens, and it will, I swear to chaos in the Master Emerald, it will happen. It's going out for free, because it's not an official product. It's just what I would have liked to have done. And you would think that would make it free and clear. Just some dude spouting out Sonic ideas. The internet's full of that crap. But unfortunately, because of who I am and because of other parties involved, it is not that simple to a frustrating degree. And those factors are 99% out of my control. So until they are resolved or rendered moot, I can't move forward on it. And I have to spend my time focusing on projects that do move forward and, pay the bills. So as soon as it's in the clear, I'm going to crank it out. I will put it out there. People have been waiting for, over a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be a matter of me just being paranoid, overly cautious. But at the same time, if things were to come to pass that I am concerned about, I don't have the ability to deal with them. So for my sake, for everybody's sake, I'm just going to play it super safe. And I would rather be cautious than regretful,
Yeah.
So the status is still on hold until stuff clears. And we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could always leak it on 4chan. Or...
Ew, no, why?
I don't know. That was just a suggestion from the chat.
No,
leak it somewhere.
chat,
Leak it somewhere.
Look, it's only going to come from one place, Kyle.
I mean, get a pen name. No one has to know what it really is.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Uh-huh.
I'll take all the credit. I'll get sued. It's fine. I got nothing to take anyway. Next question is from Aura. Knuckles ends up on Scramnick Island, meeting the old Mecha Knuckles, and engages in his most dangerous battle yet, a legal battle. How does Knuckles fare fighting for custody of his long-lost cowboy hat?
Just imagine Sigma sitting up there like King Solomon. We shall divide this hat in half.
It's not going to work.
Knuckles is like, no, not my hat. I would rather someone else have it than for it to be divided. And Mecha Knuckles, unable to speak, conveys the same sentiment. And Sigma's like, well, this kind of backfired.
You will not have half a hat. Each of them with half a hat. Here's your thumbnail right there.
But do they bisect it laterally or widthwise? Like, is there just like half a hat sitting on half their head, or just like front and back half?
Yes.
Who gets the shiny star buttons? I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, that is the most important part. Yeah, it's diagonally. That's it.
One of them just gets the brim, the other one gets the top.
There you go.
Yeah, now we can both be disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Silly. I like it. All right, question from Axis. Assuming Sonic and the Black Knight is canon of the games and comics, I wanted to ask, does Sonic remember everything that happened in that story? Like learning how to use a sword and making Percival blush when he held her hand?
I assume so, yeah.
Does he ever look at like anybody and be like, huh, I remember when you were wearing armor that one time. That was weird.
I don't think he dwells on it.
Well,
I
no.
think it's, I was in a book. You were a knight. Oh, well, moving on.
I came down in a bubble, dog.
Maybe that's why he's just so chill about everything, is he's having all sorts of oddball adventures that we don't even know about, and he just takes it in his stride.
Probably.
Sonic, you've turned into some kind of hairy beast, and you're talking to a flying chihuahua. Oh, that's neat.
Huh.
What do you mean that's neat? Well, it's like this one time.
It must be Wednesday. Makes sense. Blade and Fox 14 has a question. What does Honey think of Killer Moth's outfit?
Which one?
Yes.
He's had many over the years, and multiple interpretations.
What's the current Killer Moth outfit? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know what he looks like now.
Like, has he cycled back to, oh no, he's an actual serious villain with a tragic backstory, and he's a horrible, twisted, dark, I don't know, baby eater? Or have they gone back to, no, he's just a goofball. Let's have some fun with this silly concept.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I did a quick Google search. I couldn't find anything definitive, but it is interesting to see the sheer range of stuff he's had. Like with some of the more iconic DC characters, they've had differences over the years, but a lot of them have stayed within a kind of arc, a few outliers aside. But
Yeah.
Killer Moth is like all over the place. So
yeah, I'm looking now and it's like, which one is this guy?
and I'm pretty sure at least at one point he was some kind of horrible mutant monster thing. Does that even count as an outfit?
I think Honey is bringing the pesticide.
I think she would be constructive in her criticism. His original extremely gaudy one, applauds his bold choice in color, but perhaps it could be more balanced, streamlined even if he's supposed to fly.
Mm.
Or there's one in there that's like really high tech and super streamlined. It's like, yeah, it's effective. It's certainly menacing, but it's lacking some of the whimsy that you had in your earlier incarnation. Maybe bring back a little bit of the pop, a little bit of the color.
Maybe. But those horizontal stripes, man, they gotta go. And a question from KB. For some unexplained reason, you both transformed into fish. What underwater adventures would you two have while also maintaining this podcast, which is now called the BumbleKast, hosted by Ian Finn, the Bubble King, and joined by his Bubble co-host, Kyle JCRB Trout?
I like this. I like this a lot. That's fun.
I like fish.
I don't know if we're underwater. Are we going to be sounding like this the entire time?
I don't know. How did Will Smith sound in that one fish movie he did? Did he sound like Did he sound like he was underwater? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. No, I don't think so. I'm being told we don't talk. I'm being told we don't talk about Shark Tale. Why not?
I imagine we get a few seasons in, but then we have the cat guest appearance, and we're done for.
Oh no, delicious! I'm being asked, aren't you afraid of the ocean?
Yeah, pretty much. But if I'm a fish, then I'm fine, unless I'm freshwater.
Yeah. We don't hang out in the ocean. Hold on. Well, Ian Finn, that's not really specific, but trout is a freshwater fish, so I guess we have to be freshwater then if I'm a trout.
Well, otherwise we'd beat up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is fine.
Otherwise, I would think. Otherwise, the recordings would go swimmingly. We're already up to the gills with questions, so.
Yeah. We could have Seaman on and talk to him. Get him on the show. He could be very, very sarcastic with us and tell us how dumb we are.
I find these fish name puns offensive.
Yes.
Rather churlish to my people. Don't you turn into a frog? Don't judge me.
And someone's already drawn it even. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Chaos Sonic 1 is here with a question. It's time for us to ask about the newest knowing smile. So many knowing smiles are you up to now, and how many more?
Oh my goodness.
So many knowing smiles.
Yeah, let's pull up the to-do list on mine.
I think we've lost count of how many knowing smiles you have. And some of them have come out, so they're not knowing smiles anymore. Well, you still know, but we also know.
Number 1 is still in development, but that's a big project. Number 2, that got turned in a bit ago. Number 3, I just wrapped that up. They were very happy with that. Number 4, co-writer partner is shopping it around. We'll see if that actually goes anywhere. Number 5, that one should be out next year if everything goes according to plan. That'll be kind of neat. Number 6, also early next year, wintertime. That could be kind of cool. Hopefully that'll all fall into place. I'm trying to work ahead on that. Number 7, that is stuck in all sorts of development hoo-ha nonsense. Still waiting for the green light, but that will be interesting once it gets up and running. What are we up to? 8?
Yeah.
8 took a turn for the disappointing, but then immediately turned into number 9, which is a interesting new experience. So no idea what the timetable on that is. Hasn't even officially started, but it'll be a fun challenge. Number 10, I'm going to group that as a number 10. There's a lot of moving pieces in that one. Some of it's in, some of it's in, waiting for approval. Really want to get moving on this because Daddy needs to pay the bills. What are we up to? 11? 11, that's been an interesting and slow process, but still waiting on that to move. Could turn into a whole bunch of other things also. So we could be looking anywhere between I don't know, 13, 15, 16 eventually. We're going to just put those aside now. So we're up to what? 13, 12? I can't remember. Big project that's not going to be done anytime soon, but that's good because I need the hours.
Like the cat project, you mean?
No.
Oh.
14, 15, I've lost count. Who cares? That one's not going to see the light of day for years, but hey, it's exciting. 17, that's not going to be announced for a bit, but still, that was fun to get on board with. And 19, 20, let's say 20 to make a nice round number. Actually have the first initial meeting with that tomorrow as of this recording. So, yeah.
Lots of people asking, do you sleep?
Not well.
Well, good to know, I guess. This is Ian the Cheshire Cat. His constantly permanent knowing smile. Can't stop.
I'm a raven under the writing desk, I'll tell you that. All in sea where the border grows and the muskrat's outgrabe.
Yes, sleep is the lowest priority on that list, apparently.
That's not counting Drogoon and 9 Lives of Claus McGee. Those are public knowledge. I'm still cracking at those.
Yeah. And this show, obviously.
And this show.
Lots of people are also wondering how many are Sonic related.
That I'm not even going to hint at because you people are clever. You'll figure things out.
Hashtag knowing smile on that one. So there's 21.
And here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Right. I list all that, and I'm very thankful to have all of that on my plate and going forward.
Yeah.
But unless something particularly shifts between now and December, I'm on track for making 40,000 less than last year.
40,000 what?
Dollars.
Oh.
So I bring that up for an actual educational moment here on the show. The freelancer life can be harrowing. Like, I'm in a great position. I have lots of clients that like what I do. I enjoy my work. I have fairly steady projects, at least in theory, coming up.
Yes.
But you don't get paid till they're done. So while I'm waiting for everything else to fall into place and be approved and move forward, I got nothing. And so next year might be kind of crazy, which is great. But this year, you never can tell. The forecast's always changing. So
yeah.
If you are up and coming and you want to get into this, work for hire freelancing workspace, be prepared. There will be lean times, and that's in the best of scenarios.
Yeah. So what you're saying is at least one of those projects is in the 40K universe. Got it. I see what you did there. I'm connecting the dots.
Also, it prompts me to once again thank all of our patrons over at Patreon and Ko-fi and YouTube, because honestly, BumbleKast is like my second highest grossing gig.
It really
the past couple years.
It really does keep us afloat. It's very, very helpful. Yes.
Your support is immensely appreciated. I can't understand how we've been so successful with this show, but I am very glad that you enjoy us. I really do appreciate the support. And we'll just continue to do our best at doing this goofy little show that we do.
Yes. Thank you to all of you. All right, Comic the Hedgehog has a question. You've said before that some characters are better as supports than mains. I agree, and I wondered if you think this is true for Rouge. Would a game or a comic book miniseries with Rouge as the protagonist work, or do you think she'll always be best as a side character?
I think she could carry a mini, if one that was devoted to her, but I think she might be better off as a supporting character. I think you get the best use out of her when she is responding to characters and eliciting a response from them.
Yeah.
Like she's a good foil for interactions and changing up things, and just she adds a little bit of spice to the narrative. And I think part of her cool and part of that mystery to her comes from her not being the focus. She definitely is a very strong character, So when I say side character, I don't mean that she's just kind of off to like every third panel and gets a word in. She's a very powerful, influential side character. She definitely has an impact in whatever story she's in.
Yeah.
So this is not like demoting her in any way. It's just, if you have someone as prominent as Shadow, she doesn't necessarily need to be on equal billing because she's going to serve her best role accentuating the story around him.
Yeah. And the same with Knuckles, honestly. Like, both her dynamics with both of them are golden, I think. Things you could really play with. So, yeah, I don't disagree. And we got a question from Crab. I know you said we can't have a classic Shadow game because he's in the pod, but what about a pre-classic game showing off Maria and Shadow living on the Ark before Gun? What kind of gameplay do you think would suit this, and just how gut-wrenching can you make the tragic ending? Please, I want tiny round boy Shadow so bad.
Well, we already kind of had that in Shadow's game.
Did we? Did we have classic Shadow?
Well, we had 2 stages in flashback of Shadow and Maria pre-Gun.
Yeah, that was 2 stages. Whoop-de-doo.
People want gameplay.
People want
gameplay of Shadow and Maria before Gun. What do you want?
People want 2 games, Ian. They don't want 2 levels.
I mean, here's the thing. Life on the Ark is supposed to be peaceful. The Gun incident was a stark and tragic thing. So I don't think you could have your traditional like platforming action game. It might be something more like, I don't know, comfy sci-fi farm sim. Like maybe you are Maria going around being the source of hope and happiness for all these fuddy-duddy scientists trapped in a box out in the abyss. Do little science experiments, wander the Ark. Kind of think a visual novel at this point.
I mean, why not? I think people would like a Shadow visual novel. They seem to like a Sonic visual novel. Maybe Sega should look into more of that. Just a thought. Just an idea. Question from DDR Master M. Fusion time, Tails and Tangle. What's their name/identity? What's their personality? And how much of a threat do they become?
Well, we'll call them Triple. They have 3 tails.
Triple. Okay.
And they're all foxy, but they're all very stretchy.
Mm-hmm.
And they are a incredible threat because they have all the proactive gumption of Tangle, but also all the foresight and genius of Tails.
They're broken. Super OP.
They are super broken. Like, they're predicting the angle of attack for every stretchy tail coming at you. You can't even move. They won this fight 5 minutes ago before it even started.
Oh, okay. So they're just they're Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Sherlock. Got it.
Yes, pretty much, with stretchy tails.
With stretchy tails. Can they beat Sonic? Yeah, probably. In the face multiple times.
And now I've got like this anime as hell fight scene in my head where Triple is just standing there playfully and cockily launching these tails, bouncing them off of various objects, and Sonic like bullet dodging as they come flying at him from every angle, ricocheting coming back at him, but he's still able to close the distance.
Yeah.
And comes up there and just kind of boops him on the nose. Gotcha. Dang, you're good.
Oh. Oh man. As long as they don't go full Doc Ock. Then again, I guess that would be 9. More like.
I mean, we never said they were a villain. Maybe it's just, fighting for the sake of having a fun training session.
Maybe they're just goofy. They're just goofy goofballs. Good. All right. And before we take a break, we got a question from Double L. Starline's Sky continues. This time he's sent back to IDW 50 just before the Rocks play Patty Cake. However, this time he's been resummoned as a steel/fighting type Pokemon, meaning rock attacks deal only 1/4 damage. In addition, he's holding a Focus Sash, which makes it so that he can't be one-hit KO'd if he was at full HP. Is this enough for him to survive? And if so, how far will he get afterwards while only being able to say his name?
This is very specific, but I like it.
It's a fan idea, but it's a good fan idea, so I'll allow it. And also, like, this will never happen, but yes.
So the rock comes down. You hear this thunderous crack. It falls in half, and there's Polka Starline standing there, fist extended. And then he kind of staggers forward, that one bit of HP hanging on there. You can practically hear the ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
He gives the confident smile that he got through it. Starline, 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 Starline. And then Eggman just turns around and backhands him, takes off that 1 HP. And suddenly he has like 150 Pokebucks. Where did that come from?
Weird. What is
and he gets a gym badge. What in the world?
Although apparently the Pokemon move Fisher has a chance to one-hit KO.
Does that override Focus Sash, I wonder?
Is he weak to fighting? He's a steel/fighting type.
Yeah, the fighting would negate any kind of...
So is he weak?
Is fighting strong against steel?
Weak to fight?
So
is he weak to fighting? Yeah, he's steel/fighting type.
Look, when you're down to 1 HP, it doesn't matter what the stab calculation is. You're going down.
I guess. Fighting is weak to fighting. How does that work? Fighting is neutral to itself, but it beats steel. Okay, I don't know these things. I'm just going based on what the chat is saying, so they could literally be talking nonsense and I wouldn't know any better.
It's been so long since I got into the meta, I don't remember. I thought steel was only weak to, like, ice. It's been too long.
Why is Pokemon so complicated? These are... This is a children's...
bloody types. The cross map of that is insane.
This is a children's game for children. Why is it so complicated? Oh, man. Steel is weak to fighting because martial artist bending metal is a common flank. I don't think that's true. Oh, I don't know. I'm so lost.
Why is fighting weak to flying? Have you ever tried to punch a bird?
Well, I guess that's the problem when we don't believe in our own fighting spirit. Oh, well. Let's take a break. There's too much fighting going on now.
I'm going to grab a couple of revives and super potions, and we'll be back with more BumbleKast. We're back, and we're starting off with our weekly giveaway question. Follow us on our Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and or Facebook, and get your chance to have your question here on the show for free. This week's winner is...
Josh W. from Twitter. Sega is rewarding you for all your hard work by allowing you to enter your pet as a new main character. The only restriction is that they must join the Diamond Cutters. Which past or present pet do you choose, and what traits from real life do you bring into the character?
We had this Calico, who I'm pretty sure was at least half Maine Coon. And she was a big fluffy thing named Namid. And she was a prissy little thing. And she loved to steal Aaliyah's coffee. So, and it had to be like the instant stuff. If you got like real coffee, she wasn't interested. But like the quick, grounds and hot water stuff, loved it. So, I don't know. I could see her being besties with Lanolin real easy. Like, you think Lanolin's uptight? No. Namid would be like insufferably so. And also stealing the coffee. We got Tenebrae, who's made a few guest appearances on the show. He may have even been picked up a little bit on this one.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe he could be the skittish villager, because the poor boy jumps at shadows. Like, I sneeze and he disappears. A thunderstorm rolls through, he's gone. I turn on the air fryer. Bye-bye. But when he's not hiding from something, anything, he's a very talky boy. Outright scream at you for attention. So I could see him being a one-off guest character that really wears out his welcome real fast.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Midna. And Midna likes to get beat up. Like, like she likes to be drummed on, as in she will make eye contact with you and scream at you until you go bada 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 bada. And then she flops onto the floor and does like the breaststroke across the rug because she's just so happy.
Wow. So
I worry about
not unlike the game Midna.
I don't think gay men like being knocked around that much.
I don't know.
Worrisome animal. So I could see her being a kind of very eager combatant who just loves to get into a fight and, you know, gets tossed around a bit by the badminton. It's like, yeah, give me more. It's like, maybe you should sit down for just a second.
She has a problem.
Like when Tangle has to step in and talk about restraint and composure, you know you got a problem, cat.
Yeah, that's a big problem. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's good. There's people demanding pictures of your cats now, Ian.
I've uploaded a few here and there. Remind me later, or tell Aaliyah too. She's more active
of
in
your
Discord.
first cat, at least.
Of Naman? Gosh.
The first one you mentioned. Yeah.
I don't know how many pictures we actually... I think the only picture we had of her...
Oh, no.
Was... It was a very well-composed shot, but we were starting to put her on the IV because she was going through renal failure.
Oh.
So it's a very lovely shot. It's just she has one chicken leg.
No. Oh. That's a sad picture. Maybe we don't want to see that. Oh.
She does look very stately in it, though.
Okay, good. At least she went out like a boss. E200 Paragon has a question. In Murder of Sonic, the conductor says he's been working on the Mirage Express for 32 years, which is meant to be a joke regarding Sonic 1's release. But lore-wise, this means Eggman built that Badnik 32 years ago. This creates contradiction since Sonic can't be in his 30s unless Infinite saying the two knew each other for decades is true. Since the conductor reappears in IDW and Sonic Channel, my question is this. Is Murder of Sonic actually canon, or is this one of those don't think about it moments?
Don't think about it.
Think about it too hard. Maybe the train was built 32 years ago, but it didn't get converted into a Badnik until recently. Is that it, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I'd have to see the actual wording of it to say.
It's a 30-year-old flicky. It's an old bird. And a question from Emil C. Can Eggman make a clone with Neo's copied biodata?
I don't know.
Well, you're the one who can find out.
Maybe. Like, the implication I get is that the biodata is not like genetic, but more of like an imprint.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to download the raw data of a human genome, you couldn't plug it into like a embryo and make a person. You need like a molecule.
You can't make a human from the data of the human. You need a human to make the data from the human.
I mean, it probably doesn't serve to try to apply any real science to the robot goo thing getting hit a bunch by the talking cartoon animal and thus gained his speed. It's some of this we just kind of say, okay, fantasy story.
Yeah. Yeah, don't think about it too hard. Again, another one of those. Another way to answer one of these questions. Don't think about it too hard. Sonic Archie introduced the Sentai Zone with Sonic Gatchaman. If explored more, how would a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Chaotix look like?
They can only afford one Zord.
And it's in the shop.
Charmy's the only one with a helmet because he already brought it.
And it's a random 80s station wagon. Yeah, there you go.
Also, SBO insists on being like a Ninja Ranger, while Vector wants to go something a little more hardcore, and Charmy picks one of the more obscure Ranger teams. So they all are completely out of theme.
Oh yeah,
different morphers, different transformation sequences.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense to me. Why not? Hearts 13 has a question. Remember that question about an AU with a 90s HBO live/CG animated TV series based on Japanese and American Sonic lores?
Nope.
We get a lot of questions. Last time, you mentioned Sad AM being the series' essence, so maybe adaptations from Archie Sonic comics, which Sad AM was partial bassist, happened. Which 90s Archie Sonic arcs, miniseries, or specials would be adapted for a primetime series?
I have no idea.
I mean, Endgame seems kind of like the more of an obvious one.
That's your
season finale, yeah.
Yeah, you end on part 1 and then you pick up with the next season with 2 through 4.
Yeah.
Or you just stretch out 2 through 4 into the next season because, having your final climactic battle with Robotnik is a season finale if there ever was one.
Yes.
Or maybe that's like the big rush to the finish for a season. I don't know.
Maybe. Mecha Madness would be pretty sick as an animated thing.
Yeah, but if we're doing some kind of 90s era live action CGI crossover, if you want that fight between Mecha Sonic and Mecha Knuckles to look anything close to good, you need like at least 3 episodes of live action filler.
Yeah. Worth it though.
Oh no, here comes Mecha Sonic out of frame. Blowing up the forest, which is also out of frame. Oh, this is so horrible.
It's 3 episodes of people looking at things off screen.
He's got a bunch of flashlights with like red cellophane over them. Look at the flames! They're casting the light upon us! Ah!
Worth it. It's worth it, dang it.
Suddenly all the Mobian cast is played by puppets.
I'm being told, oh, so it's Nagas games. The cheese is the point, Ian. Come on.
Although, to be fair, I mean, Reboot is ugly, but they still pulled off some cool stuff. It's all a matter of direction and, proper angles. So I mean, maybe you could do a 90s era mecha fight that didn't look like hot trash.
And art style also plays a big part.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
You would need the right people in place, though.
Yeah. Oh, well. Wouldn't be the 90s without some hot trash, I'll tell you what. All right, and a Hero Squad has a question. Are limiter rings the now canon names for the items, leaving inhibitor rings to the Archie dust?
Limiter rings are what they are called.
Yep. I don't know if I like that very much. Inhibitor rings, it's better, but oh well. It means the same thing. It's not a big deal. Limiter rings might translate better. Maybe that's it.
It's also a little easier to say.
Maybe. And we got a question from Horseweave. Hello, Mr. Flynn. I want to play a game, particularly Legends of the Hidden Temple with the IDW Sonic cast. Who screams the loudest getting caught by the temple guards, and who fails to put together the Shrine of the Silver Monkey? The choices are yours and yours alone. Good luck. Also, no plot spackle, superpowers, and the winning team only has 1 pendant of life in the temple run.
I like this.
I thought you might.
This is a good one. I loved that show, man. A little too much. I do remember screaming at the TV set because they just could not put together the damn monkey. And Mom's like, calm down or I'm turning it off. It's like, but it's right there. Come on, it's 3 pieces. One of them is obviously the head.
Yes. Anyway. but drama, Ian.
It was effective on me.
Yes, it worked.
I think Tangle's going to scream pretty darn loud and then laugh as she's caught.
Yeah.
Whisper's not going to scream, but that temple guard better be some kind of immortal ghost spirit because otherwise it's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Rough and Tumble don't even make it to the end. They get lost. And Clutch just takes the pendant of life and runs. Like he steals the damn thing and tries to pawn it off later.
I mean, that makes sense. That sounds like him.
Surge isn't going to be able to figure out the stupid monkey. She's going to be mad about it, too. Like, she's going to search out a monkey destruction switch just to have revenge on that statue.
Monkey destruction switch, thank you.
Kit's over there at the sidelines, just wringing his hands in every single water tentacle, going, it has a head. Put the head on the head has the support rod. Put it on top. Please just put it on top. I want
Rough and Tumble accidentally wander into the sets of other Nickelodeon game shows. They end up on Double Dare.
Oh, they'd excel at Double Dare. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, probably. Walking in Nick Arcade. What are they playing? A Sonic game.
They're on Double Dare. They find the flag, but they keep digging in that giant nose because it's hilarious to them.
Oh, boy. Legend of the Hidden Temple, I think, is one of the shows that actually made it to syndication outside of Nickelodeon, because I do remember sort of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I recently watched a documentary on Defunct Land that covered it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is fascinating. And I didn't retain like much at all. I'm going to have to rewatch it.
No. Well, good excuse. All right. Question from JCR1216. After Sonic and Tangle play a prank on Lanolin, replacing all her coffee with hot chocolate, Shadow decides to take her on a coffee adventure. How does this play out?
Pretty well.
They go find coffee.
He's going to know the best places to go. If he mentions it beforehand, Lanolin will plan out the itinerary, and they're just going to go around and do the taste testing.
Coffee.
Very dry and exact reviews of each one. Smooth. Nice body to this one. Moving on.
There you go. It's very matter of fact. Jedi Pony has a suggestion. Mephiles as a therapist. Go.
What do the dog voices say to you? Do them.
The dog voices?
Dog voices. I can only enunciate so much.
Okay.
This fake deep voice.
Dark voices, not dog voices.
Well, there's dog voices as well. Follow this as well. Off.
They got that dog in them.
Mephiles the dog.
I don't know. I thought maybe it was. He was talking to Infinite. He's a jackal. It's a freaking dog. He's got those dog voices in him.
Pops out of Shadow. Who let this dog out? That's not what that means. I know. I'm just trolling you, bro. I need a scepter. Where's the scepter?
It's just a prank, bro.
Away.
Oh boy. There's some things in the chat I should not repeat. I will not repeat those. Funny as they are. You'll just have to join us on in our Discord by going to patreon.com/BumbleKast or Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and you can get in. All right, Mel has a question. Sonic and Tails are about to rush off for another exciting adventure, but Tails just remembered he needs someone to watch Teapup while he's away. It's for his own peace of mind. Who does he hand the little guy off to on such short notice, and how well does it go?
Oh, let Belle look after him.
Then that would go too well.
Well,
that would be
hijinks will. She's a jinx magnet, okay? So whatever
that's
can go wrong will go wrong.
That's a good point.
And she'll overthink it and fluster over it, leading to more hijinks. And it's hilarious and funny and goofy until something happens and Teapup is injured. And then you're like, oh no, the puppy got broke, but she can fix him, so she fixes him.
Okay, good.
And then Sonic and Tails get back and it looks like nothing happened.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it was fine. He was a good boy. And they are bestest friends.
Good. And our last question on this episode is from Mr. Wahoo77. Mario tells Sonic to back off. He wants to prove himself worthy. Could Mario, using his white Tanuki suit, defeat Dark Gaia, Time Eater, etc.? White Tanuki suit is an infinite superstar plus Tanuki, acting as Mario's super form. I'm being told that there is technically a time limit because the stages have time limits. That's what I was told for the white Tanuki suit.
No, I'm going to say he can't. He just does not have the chutzpah that Supersonic has. So all these end bosses are just going to be batting him around. He doesn't take damage, but they just kind of flick him around a bit until time runs out and he dies a horrible, miserable death. Why are you coming over to Sonic's neighborhood, son? Stay in the Mushroom Kingdom!
And also, he's not He does not have infinite flight, apparently, because of 3D Mario. They don't have infinite flight.
Ah.
Yeah, that's weird, but you know what? I'll take it. It makes sense. Yeah. Oh, well, it's Chris Pratt Mario, so that makes sense. That's fine. You can flick him around a little bit. That's okay. All right. That's it.
Yep, on that confrontational note, we'll end up and say thank you for listening to the BumbleKast. Thank you to all our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members for making it possible. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Mario fans are coming for you. Oh, no!
Come at me, bro. You heard me. Let's go.
He doesn't have the same chutzpah. Is way better than any power scaling reasoning.
Exactly. That is the universal power scaling.
Good.
All right. Do we need to start over?
No, I'll just pick up. What was the last thing you said? Oh, we were talking about the people were biased.
Yeah, made a stupid joke, and it's prime for you to pick up with the cues.
Pretty much.
We are recording, right?
Yes. Recording is happening. Things are going. Things are moving. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. Sonic Archie introduced the Sentai Zone with Sonic Gatchaman. Okay. I see what they're trying to say. There we go. Sentai Zone. No, not quite. There we go. You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org. Okay, Ian,
Yep.
you disconnect and come back.
Okie dokie.
So, hello. All right. I hear you. Yeah. You're speaking Simlish, but I hear you. Yeah. Uh-oh.
What now?
Did he die? No, you just got real quiet for some reason. Oh, everything got real quiet. Hold on.
See, we tempted fate.
Well,
we tried to fix
this
the
sounds
thing
like my end, honestly, now. I mean, it might be me. Hold on. How do I sound to you?
You sound fine to me.
Okay, hold on a second then. I'm going to disconnect it. I'll be back.